Good morning, Saitlanders. How are you? I'm smiling because as I was saying that, I was thinking of my friend who says Saitlanders. It's nice, you know, it's charming. I don't know. He's determined. It's Saitlanders, not Saitlanders. I didn't realize it, but I've got a croaky voice this morning. Okay, so here's something interesting. Reported yesterday on Zero Hedge. We hope that by now many of you who have a, what is the right word, a talent for it, not a talent, there's a word, man, aptitude for it, are following Zero Hedge from time to time. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. Many of their articles, or the majority of their articles, are quite technical in nature. But it is a very, very good source of non-mainstream news, very high quality. So here we go. Moscow has begun the first ever large-scale COVID vaccinations as of yesterday, Saturday the 5th of December. For those of you who have an objection to working on Sunday, which is fully understandable, my rest day is Saturday. I don't usually talk about it if I can avoid it, because invariably people jump to ridiculous conclusions about Judaism and Seventh-day Adventist, and they want to hold debates, so I don't talk about it. But seeing as I'm more or less obliged, because this is about time and timing, to mention the date of the beginning of the vaccinations, I'm of course also implying that I'm working on a Sunday, and I know that it's tricky for some people, so hopefully the explanation will suffice. Yeah, let's leave it at that. Right, so Russian officials have announced that mass distribution of the Sputnik 5 vaccine has begun in Moscow, which has long been the COVID-19 epicenter in Russia. This on the same day that the capital city reported a record one-day high of 7,993 infections on Saturday. Excuse me, while I lubricate my vocal cords, my croaky vocal cords. Now there's another, I'm looking at a notebook here. There is a video which I'm not sure if, there we go. I don't think we've done this video yet, or I would have ticked it off the list. Mr. Miller and Colonel Dutoy and Cornelia, who works in my department, in this department, which strictly speaking is overseas, but the nature of our work, our department is called Afdeling Buitenlands, foreign section. So we're going to digress a little bit, but we're going to bring all the threads of the story back to the center like a spider's web in due course, and we'll make good sense of everything. As you know, we have national departments in Saitlanders. We have National Department of Weerbaarheid, which is very difficult. Go and look it up in the dictionary. We've wrestled with the translation of this, but let's call it defensibility or able-bodiedness. Under Colonel Ken Lowe. Colonel Ken Lowe of Durban. Many of you will know him. We have Departement Polisiering under Andre Coetzee. Andre Coetzee, famous Andre Coetzee from Oppidek restaurant, the same. We have Medies and Communicasie and what else? VBS and Ontvangst, and so on and so forth. Different national departments. Now, the exception is buitenlands, foreign, overseas. Our department is in fact only a section, so it's small, because our scope is quite limited and the amount of work is in a sense limited. And therefore we produce the videos like these for internal communication purposes because we have the time, we have the opportunity to do it. And Cornelia is the lady who you have seen doing interviews with the Belgian man, the Dutch guy. She has another interview coming up with a Dutch guy and an interview with an American guy, and she conducted an interview on the very famous Blood River Radio. There's a radio station in the south of the USA named after Blood River, the Battle of Blood River. It's owned by two friends of Saitlanders, Eddie Miller, an incredible man, and Matthew Goodwin. And they are, their radio station is a part of the famous, I must get this right, Liberty Radio Network of Sam Bushman. Okay, so that's Cornelia. So Mr. Miller, Cornelia, Colonel du Toit, and I had to go for a meeting recently in the Southern Cape, near Mossel Bay. We had to meet somebody there, a man who was very, what is the right word? He was willing to hold a very serious conversation with us. Anyway, to cut a long story short, Cornelia and I arrived at the place where we had to stay first. And they were little holiday flats. So we went to the spa and we bought food. Now, you know, self-catering, we're going to cook. And Cornelia's busy cooking. And I thought, well, I'll turn on the TV. And as I turned the television on, the timing was remarkable. It was on BBC World News, preset on DSTV. The previous person had been watching it, I think. And a report began. You know, perfect timing. And the reporter described how the UK would begin large-scale vaccinations at the end of November. Now, I've since heard one or two vague reports. Today is the 6th, Sunday the 6th, okay, of December. So I haven't found anything on the internet that confirms that on the 28th or the 29th or the 30th of November, the UK did indeed begin with some kind of large-scale vaccinations. But it is doubtless in the offing. And it was just remarkable to Cornelia and me, watching how this, to witness in the mainstream media them openly declaring, this thing is coming. It's coming, end of November. That was the 9th of November that we were there. They haven't started, but Russia has. I read an article, I might do a video on it if I come across it this morning while I'm working, in which the Americans have recommitted themselves to beginning vaccinations. They have been saying for months, 8 months, that they hope to begin vaccinations by the end of the year or before the end of the year. Anyway, 3 days ago, I read an article in which they recommitted to vaccinating by the end of the year. So we've got Russia, the UK, and the USA going full steam ahead with this thing. Let's see what else they have to say. The shot, the vaccination, is now said to be available at up to 70 different clinics across the city. But health officials have arranged for higher risk frontline groups to receive the jab first. This includes doctors, nurses, teachers, and social workers. Over the first 5 hours, 5,000 people signed up for the jab. Teachers, doctors, social workers, those who are today risking their health and lives the most. Mayor Sergei Sobyanin wrote in a statement on Friday. Okay, so he's saying that in the first 5 hours of people being able to sign up for the jab, 5,000 people did do so. But he was speaking on Friday, so they were signing up in advance of receiving it, presumably on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Oh, dear me, what else is there to say here? Last month, developers of the vaccine said interim analysis of trial data showed it was 91.4% effective. It's funny how in the past 80 years they haven't been able to develop a flu jab or a common cold jab close to 91.4% effective. But for this coronavirus, as opposed to those coronaviruses, they've managed to develop something 91.4% effective within the span of, what, 8 months? 9 months, if you like. All right, guys, I think that's enough. Enough is enough. Let's go and get on with other work. We'll talk at length anon, again, in future, about this vaccination story. Have no fear. Anyway, have no fear of us whether we talk about it or not. Not have no fear of the vaccination. But yeah, have a lovely day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking if you liked. Subscribe to the channel. It's important. And share the videos. Thank you very much. Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye.